Live from the Texas Cheerlickers Studios, it's In the Building with Mike Taylor and Rudy J.
Yes. Unrested and ass whipped. Good morning.
Why are you unrested?
Well, the Cowboys schedule's, well, not a lot of reasons, first of all, but the Cowboys schedule came out, and it got me to thinking, I really hope the Cowboys find a different, I hope Shoddy has a different indicator.
What, you're tired of Here We Go?
Here we go.
Why are you tired of Here We Go?
Because the Cowboys are terrible.
It's sponsored now, I'm sure.
Yeah, but that's no.
Old Spice, Here We Go.
Yeah, but that don't mean they have to use that as an indicator. You cannot. I'm not going to be able to sit through 500 more Here We Goes from Dak Prescott. Because often, how many times does it go, here we go, and they lose 5 yards? Or it's an incomplete, shitty pass.
How long did Peyton use
Omaha?
Yeah.
Well, a long time.
It was a few years. He was good.
Great. It never got tiring. You know why it never got tiring? Because the Colts were fucking awesome. And Peyton Manning's a Hall of Famer and a 2-time world champion. So when you're a world champion, you can have any sort of cadence.
You can be annoying. Because Omaha was annoying.
No, I never found it to be annoying.
I thought
it was funny.
It got annoying.
Didn't he name his production company Omaha?
Yeah,
Productions?
I'm sure Omaha Steaks is his
great.
sponsor.
I love it. It's awesome. I'm not going to be able to sit through 500 more. Here we go. So I need another indicator. You know, just something else.
That's fine.
Anything. I don't even care if it's butt fuck. I don't even care.
It's too early for the F's.
I don't care if it's booger eater. I don't care.
That's cool. That's fine.
I don't care what it is, you know. I can't fight through another season.
I think it stays. It's cohesion.
No. Mike McCarthy's gone. They developed that under him. I'm hoping that was not a Dak thing. I'm hoping it was a McCarthy thing to scream, here we go.
Yeah.
I think we should keep an open mind on Mike's though. The first one, I liked Mike's first one there.
Butt fuck?
Yeah, that would be a good one. That would be a good one. I'd like to hear Dak say that every time.
You know, I'm proud of myself. I was on 2 different television shows yesterday and didn't curse once.
Because you're a pro.
Together.
I'm not giving you credit. I'm not giving him credit. Don't give him credit for that, Jose. He's a pro. He's a pro. He did terrestrial for 20, 30 years, bro. Right. He don't get credit for that. He's a pro.
But I've gotten used to being loose on the podcast, man.
I know. That's like, hey, me and LeBron, hey, man, I made all my layups today. That's a layup for Mike.
How about just buffa? Buffa! And don't like boo-foo. How about buffa?
How about baby oil?
Baby oil would be good.
Baby oil!
I like Finnegan. How about Finnegan?
Finnegan. What up, Finnegan?
Finnegan would be fine.
I'm finna go.
I don't hate Here We Go. It's just you're a 7-10 team, and it sounds too cocky.
Everything ass whips you when they're 7-10. Though.
Correct.
Everything.
Yeah, especially when it's something cocky like here we go, like we're about to do something. I ain't about to do shit.
No, we're not. We're not. But don't you have another TV to do now? Didn't y'all get invited late in the day to a third?
Well, so here's what happened. I'll tell that story since you asked it. I was not going to share that because I like people. Like, there are a lot of people at WOAI television that I like. David Chancellor, Don Harris. These are longtime acquaintances of mine.
But
the great Randy Beamer. That station will never be the same after Randy's retirement.
But
so, and maybe
I hear a but, Jose.
Maybe it was just it was last minute. They weren't expecting it. And the anchor wasn't up to speed, you know. So So yesterday, for those who don't know, I did a junket.
I done pulled the curtain back. My bad. I didn't know this.
No, the whole run sheet just got shot to hell. It's okay. It's fine.
I'm excited.
So I had a chance to do a junket and drive around the city to different television stations.
You did Fox and what else?
I did KSAT.
KSAT and Fox. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I saw a post.
Early punch to Brad Mahar from Salvation Army for having me show up 30 minutes earlier than I was supposed to be there, and cost me 25 minutes of REM sleep.
Yeah.
And so I haven't been sleeping anyway for the last couple of nights because we're having AC problems at my apartment, which I'll get into later.
Okay.
We're sleeping in the heat. And so I've not slept well. So I'm a little bit punchy. I'm a little bit crotchety, which is why I'm proud I didn't cuss on TV. So had a great time yesterday. Shout out to everybody at KSAT. What a beautiful television station they have over there. State of the art. You have to scan your face to get in the door.
Mm-hmm.
That is, and they built a brand new station some years back. It's next door where the old location used to be, right over here on St. Mary's down. It's about 2 miles from here. And had a good time over there. RJ Marquez was the morning anchor. He's a longtime Thunderdomer, supporter, subscriber to In the Building. Shout out to RJ KSAT. Went great. We know each other, so we chopped it up, and it was really great television.
Organic.
We were just talking. And then we went over to Fox 29. And Ashley is the morning, she's the midday anchor over there. I was on with Ashley. Her husband, she was like, my husband's a stalker of y'all. When he found out you're coming in here today, and Ashley's going to be a judge on Saturday in the barbecue, as is RJ Marquez. Had a good time with that. Went well. It was funny. I made jokes about, a bunch of drunks just getting together to try to raise some money. It was great. It was really great. She rolled with it. You could tell that she knew who I was, or at least knew about the event. And so we're done. That's it. We're getting ready to leave. Well, as you know, WOAI Television is in the same building as Fox 29. They're owned by the same company.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and by the way, I'm not hating on nobody. I'm not hating on. I mean, Blaze LeBay is the regional, big time mega boss of that station, and many others, and we know him and we support him. Nina bought his book this year. He wrote, so I ain't trying to get nobody mad at me. But we walk out of the Fox 29 studios, and a producer comes into the little green room as we're getting ready to get our stuff and get out of there. And they're like, hey, you guys popping on to WAI, aren't you? We're like, oh, because me and Brad, we didn't anticipate we were going to be on WAI.
Right.
But they're like, can you guys pop in down here and talk barbecue on WAI? I'm like, well, sure, that sounds great. No, cool. That's why I tweeted, we got called to WAI.
That's the only reason I brought this up.
Yeah, we're going to go over and okay, cool. I'm going to be on 3 TV stations today. I was going to call out Ken's for not having us on,
You should have.
So it was great. But the problem was we had to wait 50 minutes before our hit.
Almost an hour.
And that's fine. It's for the kids. We're already here.
But I don't have an hour in my day.
Sat there. I met the guy that runs all of the Smoky Mo's barbecues all over the region because he was on the show yesterday.
You tell him about this show.
Huh? We broke the ice.
Okay,
we broke the ice. And Smoky Mo's is very good. Very good. Chatted it up with him. Great potatoes. Hung out with Brad. We sat there and just shot the breeze about everything under the sun for 50 minutes. Then they came and called us. Okay, you guys are ready. Sweet. So me and Brad.
After 50-minute wait.
Yeah. So it's okay. It's all good. We're getting publicity. This is great. We're hoping to get a big walk-up crowd Saturday now because of my TV hits. So then we walk down the hall. We walk into the WOAI studio, which I've never even seen before. It was nice and beautiful. And I start walking. I notice there's only 2 chairs. And I'm like, where do I sit? And then the producer's like, oh, no, it's Brad. We're going to have Brad on. Oh. I'm like, okay. And then the anchor comes over. I don't even know what her name is. She walks over. Oh, hey, Brad. And I'm like, and she goes, and she looked at me like she didn't know. I could have been Jesus come from the dead. She wouldn't have known. No idea who I was.
Understood.
Which is fine. Happens. It ain't like I'm city famous.
Right.
Like 1% of the population of this town actually knows who I am.
Same.
That's a healthy amount, but it's probably like 1%.
Right.
But what was weird was they didn't even then I'm like, oh, whatever. So I just chilled in the back. I wasn't on. It was just her and Brad.
Oh.
And I'm not trying to come off cocky or nothing, but that is my name on the fucking poster, right?
Look. He says he's not triggered, then he drops an F-bomb. That's how I know when he's triggered.
Well, I'm just giving some facts here. It was very odd that it was not Shelley Miles. Love Shelley Miles. I'm not trying to piss off WOAI. This is only about this one producer and this one woman. And to her defense, David Chancellor is normally her co-host, but David had to leave and go do some other stuff for the station. So it was just her running. She was anchoring the whole midday show. And she didn't have a clue who I was. She didn't have any idea about this barbecue either. It's like they threw this on her last minute, it felt like.
Well,
because her questions to Brad were extremely generic. clearly she came off as a person who had not heard of the barbecue until 55 seconds before we went on the air with her and Brad.
Well,
And so maybe she got thrown under the bus a bit.
Well, look,
but she couldn't even. It wasn't even like you don't know a lot about bull riding. No. But we had JJ Gotch on, my buddy with the Gamblers. You'd have thought you watch bull riding every week because you know how to talk to people.
Right. You just have a hey.
You know how to shoot the breeze.
I'll be like, right before we're going on in 30. I'll be like, what's your name again?
Okay. Mariza, that's her name.
Yeah, I'll be like, what's
Mendoza.
your name? I would have been like,
Mike's right.
Oh,
Mariza Mendoza.
Yeah, I'll be like, what's your name? Lady. Mike Taylor. I would have been like, I'm gonna throw it up to you and you go. Now this is his 5th one.
Right.
Mike, tell the people who you are,
right,
where they can find you, and how they can participate in this.
Right.
And I would have got out the way, and then I would have listened to context clues within what you were saying, and then I would have been like, oh, okay, blah, blah, blah,
right.
Oh, really? Oh, no, such as a judge?
Exactly.
Easy.
Exactly. I know that. Yes.
Rudy's coming for that woman's job.
You're a high-paid professional news anchor. You should be able to talk to anybody that walks into your presence, right? She also came off as not having a clue about our town. I'm sorry. I'm just being honest.
I'm
extremely out of touch. You're going to become a news anchor in a town. You need to know some shit about that town. You know, it was very weird. Because like Ashley knows my life story. And she probably don't. She bothered to look at a couple of bullet points that morning reading the script for that day's show. The same thing with RJ Marquez. That dude was completely up to speed. His producers and his team.
I blame her producer.
They treated us like we were rock stars walking in.
I would blame her.
Taylor's in the building.
I would blame her producer.
I blame him too. I give him a lot of the grief.
I mean, he was trying to do you a solid and have you on. He was trying to do you a solid, and it didn't go right.
Right.
And I get where she was coming from. Like, look, I don't want to come off as unprepared. Y'all are throwing me under the bus.
Well, I don't know that, Rudy. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if when I realized I wasn't going to be part of the segment, I'm going to go, well, shit, I'd have left 30 minutes ago. And the producer looked at me like, who are you? And I didn't say nothing. I'm like, shit, I don't know I wasn't going to be on the segment. I would have left 30 minutes ago. Because I have shit to do. I'm a busy guy.
Yeah.
So whatever. So I stand in the back, all good. Watch Brad and Maritza, whatever. They do their thing. And they get off, and she's like, she thanks Brad, and they go to break. And so I walk over onto the set after they go to commercial and like shove my hand in that woman's face. Hi, I'm Mike. See so it's her and Brad, and you got the graphic of the barbecue behind them. I go, reach out. I was very sweet, Rudy. I was very here. Pretend like you're her. Hey, how you doing? I'm Mike. That's my name up there behind your head.
You did not say that.
And I walked out.
Mike, you didn't say that.
And she goes, oh.
You didn't say
that.
that.
No shit, lady.
Mike, you didn't. Mike, did you really do that?
Yes, dude. Don't have folks on your news show if you don't know who the hell they are.
Bang!
It makes you look bad. Right? Come on. I don't know why you're worried about this. This is the truth.
No, it's just because Mike is so fucking crazy.
I'm Mike fucking Taylor. And
now
if you don't know, but that don't mean that you know who I am. But
Jose,
I don't know, a couple of bullet points.
Crazy.
Mike's in the studio. He's got a big barbecue. Brad's just there to help me support the barbecue. You know?
And look.
I should have been on that segment.
I know Brad is a loyal listener, and I love you, Brad. But Brad also should have intervened and be like, hey, I think you should have Mike on. If we're not going to be able to have Mike on, then I mean, I know he wants the pub regardless because he's doing his job and raising money for his job. I get that. But Brad should have also stepped in and been like, you sure we don't want to have Mike on? Like, but, Brad loves lights.
For the record,
cameras.
This was not about me wanting to be on TV.
No, it's for the kids.
I'm on TV all the time.
It's for the kids.
But I waited 50 minutes to get treated like I was a hobo off the street and they're begging for bologna. I mean, you'd have thought I snuck in the building. It was very weird the way they looked at me. Like, who is this dude?
You said.
I walk over and go, hi, I'm Mike. That's my name behind your head
Mike,
on the poster.
Mike, you did not do that.
Fuck.
Because they had but I felt bad. It made them look bad because they got my fucking poster with my name at the top, and you ain't know who I am. Do your job and research your fucking topics. And if you don't, and if it was like last minute filler, do something different. because it puts the anchor, it puts that host in a bad situation where she don't know what's going on. So that's it. I was on 3 stations yesterday. 2 clearly know who we are and what we're doing. 1 did not, and they shouldn't even promote that thing on WAI.
Yeah. Will you be going on the airways again if asked?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
It's not personal. This is a one-time thing. I'm not going to hold a grudge forever, but it was just very awkward. And again, it wasn't that I didn't get a chance to be on TV. And I appreciate that it did get some publicity, but I stayed 50 minutes in there, and I was
if it was just going to be
starving.
Brad, you could have left.
Yeah, they just didn't say nothing. It was ill-prepared, and it was piss poor. It was very Durham Bulls. Anyway, thank you to KSAT and Fox 29. That was great and a lot of fun, and I hope we get a lot of walk-up crowd because of that on Saturday for the barbecue.
What's up, Pub Sports? Just my 2 cent. Kong's finna go. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all.
And I haven't slept in 3 effing days, which we'll get into that later.
Are your balls fresh?
Yeah, I'm showered.
You showered?
Yeah,
Okay.
just not sleeping good. It's episode 326 in the building from the Texas Cheer Studios. I do my research, so I know this is the Pub Sports Radio studios here in the Texas Cheer in the building studios. I know that because I pay attention and I know the topics. We have a topic wheel up there today. See, it says Love You Hard TV in the building rundown. Cowboys schedule. Jordan joins NBC. Jeff Traylor. Bouquet's bets in the NBA playoffs. I have studied. I know what we're going to talk about. I am prepared to get into the topics that we're going to have on our program because, like you said, I'm a professional.
You did give me an idea, though. It would be fun to have an actual wheel of topics and spinning the wheel.
Yeah, other stations.
It's been done.
It's been done. I like the people seeing what we're going to do ahead of time. I do.
Even if we talk about it or not.
Even if we don't get to it.
I don't mind doing it on occasion as a bit, just to see if you can stump us. That would be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, see if you can stump Rudy about his NBA knowledge or whatever.
Yeah, the Jim Rome used to fool people into thinking he knew everything because the one thing his rule was always no more than your audience. So he would have a call screener, see what you're talking about, look it up, then have you on an hour later. Like, no, he didn't know, but that's what the call screener's for.
Right. Jason, no Texans schedule? Here's what I can tell you. The Texans also have a schedule.
Jason's a Texans fan?
I guess. All right. I need some football music in here, Bookie. I need football
And
music.
if you got the levels right, play the music. If the levels ain't right, don't play that shit. Because I don't want to hear their asses.
Yeah, Bouquet, don't get butthurt. But
Bouquet never gets butthurt. That's what I love about him.
Well,
you can tell Bouquet that he fucked up and he's okay.
Me and Rudy are a little bit gun shy on running audio right now because, let's be honest, it's because of you.
It's not because of him. It's just we're trying to figure out the levels in this new system.
No, it's been a minute. All right. All right, let's do wins and losses. We ready?
Oh, shit. I hate this, but let's do it. We reserve the right to change our mind depending on injuries and how the season plays out. But let's do it.
Last year, I picked 7 and 10.
Yeah, last year you were right. Last year, I remember we did
not. All right. At the Eagles on Thursday Night Football, September the 4th.
Cowboys win.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
That is a loss. They're going to get run off the field.
I'm taking the Cowboys. They play well against the Eagles in September.
Home for the Giants.
Cowboys 2-0.
Victory. Wow. Dak plays well that week at home against shitty New York. 1-1. At Chicago.
3-0.
Wow.
Chicago still be finding their footing.
Bears are so much better this year. They have a real coach. Caleb's going to take another step. Bears in a hard-fought win. Cowboys 1-2. Home for the Packers.
3-1. Jordan Love comes in and crushes the buildings again.
They get crushed. 1-3. Cowboys at Jets.
Oh, God. Cowboys 4-1.
Yeah, there's 2 wins there. I'll give them a win there. There's 2.
This could be a hostile week on this show.
Is it?
It ain't gonna be a hostile. We're not gonna be sitting here defending the Cowboys.
If you're still with us on October the 5th.
That's a good point.
Music is pretty high.
At the Kakalaka Panthers.
Oh God, 5-1 Cowboys. Damn, the Cowboys. I got them starting 5-1. Kakalak sucks.
They do suck.
5-1. Let's go.
Victory. That's 3 wins. Home for the Commanders.
Oh God, Jaden Daniels and his mom win. Cowboys 5-2. She's been on the press junket her damn self. She's a different mama.
It's a Cowboys loss.
Yeah, 5-2. Cowboys
at the Broncos.
Cowboys lost 5-3.
Yeah, there ain't no way they're winning.
Not in the Mile High.
Home for the Cardinals.
6-3.
Watch out for the Cardinals this year.
You think so?
They're better.
I got the Cowboys winning that game.
It's going to be a win, but Arizona's going to be better. So there's 4 wins I've got for Dallas so far. I've got the Cowboys with only 4 wins in the first week of November.
I have them at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I think you have it 6 or 7 already.
6 and 3 right now.
All right. At the Raiders.
Oh, God. Battle of the average quarterbacks. I got the Cowboys winning that game.
I'll give the Cowboys a victory. That's 5. Home for the Eagles.
What month is this?
It's November 23rd.
Oh, Eagles win.
I agree. Eagles win. Cowboys Chiefs on Thanksgiving.
Moving along. So are we even discussing that? Chiefs.
At the Lions.
Moving on. Lions win.
They're going to get run off the field. Home for the Vikings.
I don't know what J.J. McCarthy's going to be,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm going to give the Cowboys the win.
I'm going to give the Cowboys reluctantly the benefit of the doubt. 6 wins. Home for the Chargers.
The Chargers will need to win that game
Mm-hmm.
because the division's a little bit bad. I'm going to take the Chargers.
Me too, Chargers. At Commanders.
Loss.
Agree. And then they end the season with the Giants.
Win.
Win. So add it all up. I've got them going 7 and 10.
I got them at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 9 and 8.
I got 7 and 10. Good Lord. Yeah, we're probably both about right.
Yeah, we're about right. Yeah.
So all that being said,
What up, Justin?
just entertain me, baby.
Mm-hmm.
No way this thing's going to the playoffs this year. Dak is a year older. How do we expect more from him?
Have you seen how much weight he's lost?
Who, Dak? No.
Because he can't move. He bulked up to be able to take the beating, and a lot of guys do that. A lot of quarterbacks do that. Like, hey, I need to bulk up. I got to be able to take this beating. Then he realized last year when he escaped the pocket, it looked like he was running uphill. And I think it's harder on his joints and everything like that. So I like the way he's looking so far. It doesn't mean anything, but I think he realizes, like, look, I got to get a little bit more mobile. And I like the weight cut.
I don't
know what that means.
I don't pay any attention to anything he does because he is a massive ass whip to me. I don't want to see Dak Prescott ever again. But I have to.
So here we go.
I have to listen to
looking at his face.
Yeah, I don't want to look
seeing
at his face.
hat.
I don't want to see nothing.
You don't like his upside down Dallas hat.
His giant leg tattoo's stupid.
Even though it's Kobe?
No, it's Dak. It's his leg.
So it's just Dak.
I'm just beaten down by Dak.
I got
I
you.
want to try to enjoy the season. Dak's not going to be one of the reasons I do. Right there with Kong's clips, by the way. Do not sleep on the Chicago Bears. That coach is the best thing that could have happened to them. There you go. Above and beyond anyone's expectations this year. I agree.
You know what? Kong's bringing up a good point because it kind of takes me back to the Detroit Cowboys game. They lost both coordinators. And Jared Goff excelled under Ben.
Yeah, Goff's going to come back down to earth a skosh this year.
Well, at least they'll punt on 4th down this year. Ben had him going for everything. Or was that, or do we blame Dan Campbell? That's Dan?
That's Campbell.
Okay.
He probably drove Ben nuts. Fuck, dude. He keeps making me go for it, Mom. He made me go for it 11 times today. We got beaten in the NFC Championship game because my coach is a redneck hard ass.
Only thing that scares me about Ben, they had like 200 yards rushing on the Commanders, and Ben just decides to keep throwing the ball. So that worries me about him as a head coach. Like, hey, you have a clear-cut advantage, yet you want to see your offensive schemes and your cool plays you came up with all week come to fruition instead of like, you know what? I'll save those plays for another week.
Yeah.
Like, you got 200 yards rushing on the Commanders.
Right.
What are you doing?
Right.
Anyway,
J-Rod,
that scares me about Ben.
J-Rod is in here. He has personified my fandom for the Cowboys this year because I think they're going to go 7 and 10 again. Can't wait for the all-in Cowboys clown circus to begin. Get your popcorn. You're not going to win? Then entertain me along the way. Last year, they sucked and they were boring. There was nothing entertaining about them. At least this year, if you're going to go 7 and 10, at the very least, can you please try and entertain me, baby? Just entertain me. I just want chaos and entertainment and fun. I want baby mamas going crazy on the internet. I want people's mothers being controversial. I want George Pickens to punch CD in the face. I want to see mass chaos.
If they're going to be 7-10.
Yeah, that's right. Correct. It is in the building. We always go 17-0.
I don't know, man. Look, this is the thing.
We're the best.
To me, it comes. Who is that? Justin says plus 600 division winner. Cal going to be in my pocket. I don't think they're winning division, but
no way.
It really comes down to if they can run block and Jaden Blue is decent, they're going to be good. If they have Dak is best when he has a running game. All average quarterbacks, a la Jared Goff, a la Sam Darnold had a good running game. Like these guys that are middle of the road, when they have a really good running game, they have good seasons. If Jaden Blue's the real deal and this offensive line is as good as we think it can be, maybe they creep to 10-7. Maybe they get to 11-6. Because the season has to play out for the rest of these teams too. The rest of these teams could be dealing with stuff by the time they get to them too. So if they have a running game, I believe in Dak. When he has a good, now I'm not going to say pretty good. When they have if he has a really good running game, they could make it to 10-7, 11-6.
I just don't see how you look at that last 6 games of their schedule and find me more than 3 wins. They better have like 8 wins going into
because it's a murderer's row that lasts.
Murderer's row.
Got you.
Murder.
That's fair. I'm not going to argue with you on that.
Murder. All right. Let's talk roofing. This heat's been murder on me this week. Our AC's not working right. Very upset about it.
In Texas, you give your kidney up to get your AC working.
I know. I would give a kid up to get my AC working right. I mean, hell, I have 4. But this weather's brutal. The weatherization on a roof in the state of Texas with the extreme heat, the diabolical heat that we get, mixed with the shitty winters we get, mixed with storm season, which we're still in the middle of, a lot of folks in the great state of Texas have issues with roofs. They either need them fully replaced, they need massive repair jobs after big storms, or the roof just looks ugly and the life of a roof just gets shaken to its core because of the weatherization. That's a dramatic way of saying you can also have your roof treated, where my boys at Lone Star Nano Service can come out and spray their love juice, as they call it.
Love sauce.
Love sauce, my bad. On your roof or your driveway and preserve the life of your roof by up to 15 years. But in the event your roof just needs to be replaced, that's when my boys at GC Services Roofing and Construction come in. They will put $1,500 down toward the deductible of the next subscriber that winds up having to get a roof replaced with my boys at GC Services Roofing. It is GC Services Roofing serving San Antonio and Corpus Christi and all points in between South Texas and Lone Star Nano Services. It is GC and Lone Star Nano Servicio. All right. I hate chasing reports and rumors and,
I love it.
Talk show host, because you don't want to run down holes that don't have any rabbits in them.
Okay, that's fair.
And I'm going to get into this because it did stir it up a little bit. And you mentioned this today. Although you mentioned it, I think, on Facebook, maybe. I saw one of your posts. And again, I don't normally entertain rumors and shit. And a lot of the times it's just agents throwing stuff out.
But I respect this. Only reason why I tweeted that, because I respect this man.
It's Dan.
Right.
And I like Dan.
He likes you.
Yeah. Me and Dan, we don't know each other well. We message on occasion.
Who, Dan Patrick?
Lebitard.
I know. I'm fucking with you.
Yeah. So, long time Miami-based podcaster now, and was a long-time host and columnist with the Miami Herald. So he's saying, Dan Lebitard is, that, and I find it hilarious that Anthony Davis is in here.
His sources.
That's funny. So according to Dan Lebitard with Meadowlark Media, Anthony Davis has let it be known that he does not want to be with the Mavs. I know that does not shock any of us, and wants out of there. Not only that, Giannis Antetokounmpo
and Anthony
clearly
Davis.
Now he's going to get traded by Milwaukee.
Right.
That's just an afterthought. So the report is that both AD and Giannis's people have reached out to the Heat as a duo, wanting to play together. Giannis and AD, according to Dan, are interested in talking to the Heat about going to the
And
Miami
Dan isn't
Heat.
that type of reporter that needs that type of pup. Now,
No.
I'm not saying it's going to come to fruition, Mike, but what I'm
Right.
saying is somebody's told Dan that. He don't just throw that out there.
Right.
He don't need like Dan is a star. He's
Right.
a star with the. He's not trying to be shams.
Right. Dan does not throw bullshit out.
No.
Like that. He doesn't do that. Shams
I don't
does-
know how it works, but I just know Pat Riley is a mother father.
I don't know why you doubted him all this time.
I didn't. No. I never doubted Pat. What I'm saying is I'm mad at myself. Look, I trust Wendy because I trust Windhorse so much.
Mm-hmm.
I let Windhorse, and I think they're still the front runners, whether we talk about Houston or the Spurs when we talk about Giannis. I feel like they're still the front runners. But I'm mad at myself that I forgot about the man that got Chris Bosh, D. Wade, and LeBron James all in the same city. Then went and got Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
Like, I'm mad that I left him out because Pat always finds a way to keep them relevant.
Mm-hmm.
They go down, they break up after 2014. He has them back in the finals in 2020, then back in the finals again in 2022 versus the Nuggets. So I'm mad at myself for forgetting that Pat Riley always finds a way. So I'm not saying that this happens. I think Windhorse is right that it's still Houston or Spurs because of the assets, but I'm not going to count out Pat Riley.
No, you never should. So the 4 greatest coach/executives ever, in no particular order. We can debate the order later. Pop, Phil Jackson, Pat Riley, Red Auerbach. That's it.
Hey, sure.
These are the greatest executives/coach combos ever. And Pat always, for some reason, gets left out of the Pop versus Phil Jackson, Red Auerbach discussion. Pat
You think
Riley,
so?
absolutely. To me,
Oh,
feels
you
like
said
he does.
Pat gets left
Pat-
out.
Pat
Oh,
gets
Pat,
left
not
out.
Pop. Pat does.
Oh,
Yeah.
Pat does. That's crazy.
No, he does get left
Pat
out.
Riley's-
Keep in
yeah.
mind, he won a title with the Heat as well as
Phil
the
Jackson
coach.
beat his ass though, right? Phil Jackson just owned him with the Lakers, but I guess he had
Not for
coaching shit.
the Lakers. Well, the Bulls
Well,
never
no,
got
he
to
beat
the
him with the
finals for a long
Bulls
time.
when he was with the Bulls, and Pat Riley was with the Knicks.
Hmm.
Phil Jackson owned him.
Still got the Knicks to the conference
But-
finals every year.
Yeah,
Won
I mean-
2 titles in Miami with completely different rosters.
but the real GOAT made sure other people didn't win titles on his watch. That's why, because of Michael Jordan.
Sure,
All right,
I'm right
just
there
press
with you.
buttons over there.
Pat didn't have Mike Jordan. Phil
That's
did.
exactly.
That's, by the way, that's an argument that for Pat. Didn't have Mike. Phil did. But everybody else I had, we all won championships in multi-cities with multi-different guys
Yeah,
as a GM and a coach.
yeah.
Hell, he wasn't even the coach in 06. Had to come down as GM.
And get Stan Van Gundy's
and
ass out of there.
Fired the fake Ron Jeremy and won the title
And you know what's crazy?
as the interim coach.
Yeah, I love Stan on TV.
He's great.
He's great, right? Okay, so it's
Yeah.
not just me. I,
I
think
love
Stan's
Stan.
good.
He and his brother are both. The Van
Yeah, they're
Gundy
good.
boys are great.
They're really good.
Adrian Robles is in the building. $2 to make us holla for Bookie Egg Fund. He ain't going to eat no damn eggs. Who else gave us money? Raul Medina in the building, $5. Invite Rolando Pablo, mayor candidate, to barbecue. He all in on Project Marvel. This mayor race has the Spurs all over it. Yeah, which one comes off as the bigger Spurs supporter who might win the election?
I haven't paid. I'm sad. I haven't paid attention.
I don't think Pablo's going to win, though, Raul. I think Gina's going to win.
I will
Who?
admit I'm a Gina guy.
Sounds like I think Gina's probably going to
Oh
win.
my God.
Gina's going to
Mayor talk.
Hashtag talking
Be
politics.
careful. I thought you were going to say something weird with her name.
Yeah.
No.
What's her name? What's her name?
Gina Ortiz Jones.
Correct. Yes.
Bang.
Is she married to a black dude?
I don't know.
What part of that made you ask that?
I don't know.
Because the double last names. Like
No.
my wife's name is Soto Johnson.
There's white people named Jones.
Yeah, there is Jerry.
Yeah. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know much about her. That is not her, what you're showing on the
You
screen
didn't
right
show
now.
it.
Yeah, you can't see it.
Oh, my bad.
It's only a you
Okay,
thing.
very
but
good.
yes.
Well, I appreciate y'all that have donated money so far. That leads me to my next tease, Super Chat. You can donate money to us anytime you want via the miracle that is the Super Chat. You can buy us coffees on the Buy Me a Coffee link that no doubt Bookie will put on there. Subscribe for free to Love You Hard TV. You subscribe to our partners too. We'll love you forever. Pub Sports Radio on their YouTube page, Anthem TV. Anthem TV, the app that we're on, the Anthem app now has conglomerated Pub Sports and us and Anthem TV on one click. It's a very easy app now to surf or to find what you want. It's like an on-demand click. Just it has all of us together. It's like we're like a package of
I like it.
A package of hotness on there. So download the Anthem TV app and watch us every day on Anthem TV, or become a member for just $4.99 a month. That's it, $4.99 a month to become a member to everything we do. Whether it's members only exclusive shows, crush that.
I'm trying to crush his bitch ass.
Members only shows, members only swag that we give out, $4.99 a month. That is all you pay. All right. I feel like you're ready to pounce on the Warriors today. I'm surprised you haven't brought this up yet. We've been on the air 30 minutes.
Well, I like to show the flow. I don't want to force it.
But I
don't want to ram it.
But I see you firing off hot sports opinions on Twitter.
Oh yeah, I tweet mostly. I tweet mostly during the NBA playoffs.
I hope you'll bring that to the next day.
Well, only because this is just a show. We're not going to be pigeonholed into any genre.
But I thought
so. I just make sure I tweet during the NBA games.
I see. No, I liked it though. We got Steve Kerr sucks. Draymond's the most overrated player of all time.
Steve Kerr doesn't suck. But when I watch Jonathan Kuminga be great, he's been great in the playoffs, and I watched all year long Steve Kerr bury him at the end of the bench and then act like it was Kuminga's fault, only to give Kuminga his shot, and Kuminga looked like he was ready to roll. Shout out to Kuminga for being a pro and being ready.
Yeah.
Then I go back to Steve Kerr benching Jason Tatum all Olympics, which worked out because they won the gold, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So he has a tendency sometimes to think he knows more than the rest of the room, and he does. He's a four-time NBA champion.
Yeah.
He's a gold medal winner, so he kind of knows what he's doing. I'm being critical of that. And then the other part is I watched Jimmy and Draymond last night without Wardell, and I'm watching them being carried by, how do I say it, Padinsky? How do I say it, Jose? Pacheski? How do I say that kid's name? Pajensky and Kuminga carry Jimmy and Draymond. And I think what's happened with Draymond, why he's been overrated, he's probably the most overrated basketball player ever. Like, if you get Draymond on your team, if it's this is the guy. If he's not on if you have him on your team, you'd love him. That's not true. If you have him playing with Wardell, Curry, and you saw it the last two games. Draymond is a cone. Okay, yeah, he plays good defense. He plays good defense. Ooh, I can find a lot of guys that can play good defense that can get me a bucket. Everything he shot was an air ball. The most overrated star of all time, and it's annoying. And I feel like a lot of it, we overrated him because of people like Buki, people that hold LeBron James in these high regards.
What?
Because his final record is so bad, and 4 of those losses came to the Warriors. We've overrated Draymond to justify him losing to the Warriors. Like, hey, and they got Draymond. Like, get the fuck out of here. They got Draymond. It means you see, without Steph Curry, Draymond means dick. Means nothing. The most overrated star, I use air quotes heavily, ever. Jimmy, I don't know if Jimmy is hurt. I'm going to give Jimmy the benefit of the doubt. But Jimmy was booty crumbs in this series. Gave them nothing. Again, I know he has a bad hip, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But get Draymond out of my league. I know he's 36, but we've never, ever overrated someone. Like, I'm not even going to put him in Dennis Rodman's category, because Dennis would dominate at what they said he's supposed to be doing. Dennis dominated on defense. Dennis dominated the boards. Like, that's what we tried to put him in that lane. You can't put Draymond in that. You can't put Draymond in Dennis Rodman's lane. No. So I just was frustrated watching Jimmy and Draymond be carried by a couple youngsters that they shouldn't probably even be on the court.
I always say that people tend to call guys busts and overrated and busts, but a lot of it has to do with where they play.
Mm-hmm.
So much of how society looks at ball players has so much to do with simply who they play for.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so there's been a lot of guys. Well, he's a butt, he's pussy, he sucks. No, he just played for Charlotte. It's not his fault.
Right.
You know?
No, I agree with that. Sometimes
Now,
you can get in a bad situation.
The other side of that is Draymond Green, who probably wound up, maybe no probably to it, he wound up playing for the perfect team for him.
It was
what his skill set.
It couldn't be better.
He would have been a great Spur with Tim and all those guys. Draymond would have been awesome in San Antonio.
Sure.
He's been awesome in Golden State, but he ain't doing dick for 25 of the teams in the league. He's just a guy.
He's just a guy.
Yeah.
It's frustrating watching him. And then he's out there and then he hasn't mastered if he's doing stuff. He's bringing the ball up, pointing hey, you go there, you go.
Yeah. Bruce Bowen, another example.
He was in Miami, he was in Greece, he was in France.
Yeah, and he comes here and he's a freaking
perfect.
His numbers retired in the stadium because of the fit with the guys they already had. And he fit it to a T. All right. You've already bagged on LeBron twice today. Let's talk about your boyfriend. Let's talk about your hero. Michael Jordan is going to NBC as a special contributor as they get back into the NBA next season. What'd you think about that?
I like it if Mike is going to. I want the Mike without the cussing, obviously, but I want the Mike that everybody talks about on the golf course, the Mike that people talk about in the locker room. If Mike's going to come on there and be the Mike basketball player and just be guarded and watch what he says and be worried about his sponsors, I ain't got time for that shit. But if it's going to be the Mike, I'm not asking him to be Barkley. I'm not asking him to say these guys suck and LeBron can never be me, but I need you to bring something. But just like, hey, both teams played well, and and in these type of series, the guys that get help from the role players, the team that gets help from the role players end up winning the series. I know I had Steve Kerr and Craig Hodges and B.J. Armstrong. They helped me win 2 or 3 of my titles. I don't want that shit. I need the guy that people say, hey, man, you play golf with Mike. It's a lot of shit talking. Like, I want it to entertain me. I don't want guarded Mike.
I need to know what his role is going to be. It just says special contributor, and he's not going to be on every week.
He'd probably be on the golf course. Hey, what's going on? I got the Warriors winning in 6. I hope it's not that.
I think he's going to be doing sit-downs with veterans and coaches and stuff. Like Mike's going to be
doing interviews?
Yeah.
Christ.
He's Ahmad Rashad?
I don't think Mike's going to be. Yeah, he's going to do Ahmad Rashad type stuff, I guess. That's my guess. You're not going to stick Mike in a studio and have him give a bunch of opinions on today's game. If he does that, he's going to regret taking the job because he's going to come off as very old man, hates all NBA.
So you don't want him
just
sitting in the studio doing Shaq. You don't want him to come in the NBC studio and be Shaq.
I think he'll be a lot better than Shaq.
Shaq sucks.
Shaq's terrible.
Shaq sucks. I'm sorry. He
but
sucks.
I don't think Mike's going to come out there and this guy's a bum. Boston needs to stop shooting so much threes.
That's what I want.
I don't think we're going to get that. But if we do get that, young dudes, the young NBA is going to turn on him real fast, and his bit's going to get tiring. Because I also think, Mike's, and I'm 50, Mike's 62. I think Mike is way too old man. Like he's got good old day syndrome.
You think so?
Everything in the 90s was so superior to everything that goes on now.
You think Mike comes off as that?
I
don't know. I don't ever hear from him. I don't know what he thinks.
I think he's going to be like that. And I think if he does do that, he's going to regret taking the job because the country's going to bash his ass. Right now he has no internet presence other than the meme.
I don't even think he doesn't run any of his own socials.
He starts giving opinions on games on a weekly basis. He's going to break the internet because of who he is. Does he really want to get into that? I just want to know. NBC, I'm not going to sit up here and analyze guys. Just let me go interview Wemby and talk about tennis with Wemby. Shit like that.
I think Mike's smart enough to not come across as a hater. But I wouldn't mind him analyzing. But if he's going to analyze, I need him to do it real. Now, I think Matt Bernard has the best idea, but we would crush NBC and Mike for it. But have him do the spreads. We all know he's a gambling addict.
That's all I care
about. That's a great idea. That would be gold, but with you and I, people like you and I thinking he was suspended from the NBA for gambling. To only we've heard about his gambling habits.
Well,
now that if you really want a ratings bonanza, You really want a ratings bonanza? Let MJ
Please.
MJ handicap 3 games.
Oh, I would watch that every single week. It would be gold. I would bet every single one of his picks. It would be great. It'd be awesome. Genius. Just all I care about.
That'd be a rate because you get people talking. You get the engagement.
That'd be great. Yeah,
that'd be great.
Absolutely. Now he's like Jordan's bets or whatever. Jordan's sure shots. That'd be cool.
And of all the people that like the fucking hockey guys give out picks, we know they don't actually bet their picks. Michael Jordan's betting his picks.
But here's all else we know: Michael Jordan is one of the most arrogant guys on earth.
Oh my God!
If he does a betting segment, he sets himself up to look bad the next day if the bets don't come through. Right. He's not going to do that on TV.
Now
Mike's so guarded, Rudy.
He's so guarded.
Whatever he's going to do is going to be in a safe zone. Whatever he does for NBC,
he's never going to hurt the brand. He's always thinking about his brand.
We're all going to want to watch him at the beginning, but I think eventually Mike being on NBC is going to get kind of old because he's going to do a bunch of fluff shit.
Yeah, I don't want that. I got no time for that.
He is not going to set himself up to have to take criticism.
Damn, I would have thought he outgrown that by now.
I don't think so, man.
I don't think anyone outgrows that.
I don't think Mike's on. I don't think Mike.
Look at Scotty. Scotty got a whole suck and blow in The Last Dance, and he said that it was shitty for him, and he hates it. And now his kid's fucking Jordan's ex-wife or whatever the hell.
He was past tense. They're no longer together.
We got more money in here. Scroll back up for a second so we give these people their flowers and thank them. One more. There you go. Greg Costanuela, $1.99. Mike, where did you get the El Jefe shirt? Oh, yeah. I got that from a place called the Campeche Collective. Campeche is how we say it in Fort Worth.
Okay.
In San Antonio, it goes Campeche. Campeche Collective. It's a local T-shirt maker here in town. Believe it or not, like 80% of the stuff they do is for the Packers.
A good organization.
I don't know how that happened, but there's a shirt maker here in town that most of his stuff is Green Bay Packers related. I don't know how he worked that deal or not, but yeah, he made that El Jefe shirt and sent that to me this week. So shout out to Campeche Collective. Aaron Canooper's in the building, $4.99. Kick-ass show today. Boys, birds up. Thank you. Josh Hudson, $5. Shocking Mike took the job. He's a NASCAR owner and very heavy into the races. Love you hard. Yeah, I mean,
is NASCAR NBC?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
I think it still is.
Here we are. Mike, everything. Like, I'll come out of retirement, play for the Wizards. Oh, by the way, I'm going to buy them. So I'm going to raise their value. Mike's calculated.
Sure.
So this has to do with NASCAR.
Yeah. Bubba Wallace just won a race last week. Hell yeah.
Is Bubba still under Mike?
That's Mike's guy. Mm-hmm. Jorge Sanchez in the building, $5. Morning, fellas. So with VIP tickets, can you taste all the other food? Also wearing my one-of-a-kind in the building shirt. LOL. Oh, he's going to wear that jailhouse red T-shirt that I gave him that he won.
Was that the one with the collar, like the in the building collar as
well? Yeah, the lettering's all funky.
No, it says "Love You Hard" on the neck.
Yeah, on the neck, all gangsta.
That's hard.
He came into Texas Cheer with his wife, and he told me in front of his wife,
"Yeah,
I'm still trying to bang you in that shirt."
Yeah, I need to have that happen.
I'm like, bro, I don't want to hear about this.
With him in the shirt or her in the shirt? Her in the shirt. That's cool.
While he's reading "Love You Hard,"
I think that's great. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm hard at thinking about it, obviously.
Hey, bro.
Warren.
Okay. It's fine to say you want to.
I'm going to start just moving on.
We need like a sounder. We need like a stop button. We need like a.
R. Morin asked this earlier. I forgot to bring it up. Said, "Hey, Mike, I want to buy 15 plates for my staff on Saturday. What time does the event start?"
Okay, hold that thought. Let me answer Jorge's question. Yes. All those teams, we have 31 teams this year. All of the teams will give you samples. They all have samples to give out. So you'll leave with a belly out to here for sure. Plates starts at 10 a.m. and a lot of people come and just buy plates and go, which is fine. It's $25 to get a VIP pass, which basically just allows you to park and walk around onto the grounds. But a lot of folks just want to get the plates and go home, which is great. Those are only $10. So show up at 10 a.m. or whenever. It goes to like 3 o'clock. Come up anytime. Who was it? Who asked the question?
Which one?
Rob Moore.
Yes.
Yeah, Rob on the plates. Yeah, Rob.
Mr. Krispy Kreme.
Oh, that's that Rob Krispy. Yeah, just come up anytime you want, Rob. text me when you get there.
Bring donuts.
And bring donuts if you want. And yeah, they're $10. You can get 100 plates and take them to go if you want. That's up to you, Holmes. Thank you, man. All right, Texas Cheer Liquor. Speaking of,
let's do the live.
How do we get folks into the horse race? The official.
Well, AD, when you see this show, Mr. Singh, you know what? I'm gonna just send this to Renee. Renee, can you get me all the entries from the Traeger competition or the Traeger raffle, so we can do the horse race here on In the Building? I'll ask Renee. AD be busy, man. He's on the go with that. Poor dude. Never gets to rest. So I feel bad for him. I feel bad for him. I'm being serious.
Ain't nobody made him buy 7 stores.
Yeah, I feel bad for him. So Renee's busy too, but Renee, she's more the task person.
Yeah.
AD's just looking to count money.
Right.
So Renee, could you get me the names of the people for the Traeger?
Damn, you hear what this is like the worst live ever.
This is the type of shit he loves.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So we need the girl of the family to help do the organizations.
Yes.
Because the guy clearly is not organized.
Yeah, he's organized, but he just like he'd rather organize his 20s.
How are we doing this? We're gonna have a horse race with people that go buy stuff.
No, the people that are already in it. It's over. That was over in April.
Oh, damn.
It was over in April. It's May 15th.
Oh, they got registered. That already happened?
No, yeah, they're already in the. You bought a bottle whistle pig, your name goes in the hopper. That was for April. I didn't know that. Oh, so all those names, we'll put them in the horse race.
All right, yeah. We got the Texas Cheer Liquor horse off coming up soon.
Yeah, and there's a few In the Building people in the horse off.
Speaking of us, make sure you mention us if you go into any of the 7 locales. They're scattered all over the city, including the one up in Barney. Mention In the Building. You can't say Rudy, can't say Mike, can't say Bookie. You have to say In the Building.
Damn sure don't say Bookie.
5% off. Somebody already done named themselves clap booty cheeks or some shit earlier. I saw in the chat.
Run my cheek. Shout out to him. Thinking about you too.
Cheeks.
Why is Big Show Picks cleaning out a deer blind? Is it deer season? I don't know hunting. Mike, you know hunting?
He's in Michigan too.
Yeah,
so.
Big deer
cold.
hunting up there.
Oh, it is?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You ever been in a blind? You ever hunted? You hunt? I've never hunted,
I'm
man.
a fisherman. I fish.
You fish? Okay.
Absolutely.
I have a hard time killing animals.
I do too.
Does that make us pizzas?
No.
I've never shot a gun, so I'm right there with you guys.
Never shot a gun at all?
No.
Not even at the range?
No.
And how long you been in Texas?
Like 10 plus years now.
Pizza. Yeah, I've never sat there and been like, yo, I'm going to kill this deer. Now, I will, if anybody wants to take me hog hunting, I hate hogs.
I'll shoot a hog.
A deer, I don't know if I can shoot a deer.
I couldn't shoot a deer.
I can't shoot a deer, but I'll go kill some hogs with y'all.
I can shoot any bird. I can kill hogs. I can't shoot a deer.
I can't shoot a deer.
And I admit that's silly. But
because it's population control, we're helping the environment or whatever.
Yeah, it's just my psyche. My psyche will not let me. I've had a property up in the hill country once.
That's right.
Yeah. Remember Lake House Mike?
Yeah. Good times.
Our lake house that we owned years ago up in Lago Vista, we had lots of deer. And my kids would feed the deer. We'd put little cereal out there, like granola and stuff. And we get up in the morning and like one deer told all the other deers, hey man, them motherfuckers feeding. So we get up in the morning, I'd have 150 deers all looking at me like that. And so we'd sprinkle cereal out there, and it was great, beautiful. Like I couldn't shoot one. Now I love me some venison.
I do like deer meat.
I will eat anything.
I like deer meat.
Can't kill it all. That's what other people are for. Yeah. All right.
One more question here. Sorry.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Adrian Robles asking, "What's in the plate, Mike?" So I can do the same for my people.
Oh, dude, it's brisket and sausage and sides and a piece of bread. I think.
Man, just buy the goddamn plate. And I still need those boots, Adrian. But just buy the goddamn plate. It's for the kids.
Adrian, it has barbecue in it.
Damn.
It's full of barbecue. Really, really good barbecue. What's up, John Fox? Come to the ranch. I'll put you on some hogs. Oh, yeah. $9.99. Thanks for the contribution. I'd shoot some hoggos because we got too many of them.
I hate hogs. Yeah, they've torn up so many golf courses I play at. Fuck a hog.
Maybe that'll be the first step.
We've all done that though, had we?
Yeah.
Fuck the hog.
Wow.
Let's do some. Let's get violent on this show. It is In the Building on Love You Hard TV.
Now it's time for people
Chemistry.
that want to punch on In the Building.
You want to go first?
No, I'm gonna let you go first because this was supposed to be my punch too, and I kind of already punched Steve Kerr.
Okay.
For his stupid ass coaching ways.
Well, I've got two then.
You got two then? Okay. Well, I'll go. The one with the woman I'm with you on that. So let's just do it together.
I want to punch terrorist mom who's making us all look terrible across the country. This old girl right here that Bouquet just flashed up on the screen. Was she born in 92? Is that why she has it tatted on her neck?
Does she? Is that 1992 on her neck?
Yeah, it says 1992.
Maybe it's for the Watts riots.
She's 33.
This is a very troubled woman. She has been arrested on domestic terrorism charges.
She's already made bond, though, I thought.
Really?
I think so.
Good Lord. What's her name? Ashley something? I saw the headline earlier.
Ashley Prado.
Ashley Prado. This young woman clearly has gone astray.
I'm scared of her.
She has a teenage son.
Middle school.
Who was, junior high son, who was into mass terrorists. And had an infatuation apparently with mass terrorists, mass shooters. And the FBI says that not only did she encourage it, she went and bought ammunition for this kid to carry out a mass shooting at Rhodes Middle School. She's been bonded out. She's a threat to society.
Let's fact check that. I know.
Yeah, I need that confirmed. She needs to be locked up forever.
Yes.
You can't do that. Do I think it was, first of all, I wouldn't have taken this serious had she not literally gone out and bought ammo.
She bought for him.
She indeed was released on bond.
She was released on bond. See?
Okay, and is the kid out?
I would think so.
I don't know if he would be, but $75,000 bond.
I hope that they're
$75,000, only $7,500.
I hope that they're monitoring her whereabouts and stuff. Yeah, she bought the kid ammo.
Ammo ain't cheap either, and she made bond $7,500. So maybe she's an arms dealer.
Dude, no, she looks like a very troubled lady. Because here's the thing. You're supporting your junior high student to commit mass murder. It's going to end up with him dying too. He's going to get killed by the cops.
Look at her. Do you think she cares that her son dies?
Well, that's still her. She's still his mom. No. It's going to end in either him going to prison forever or being shot, or he's going to kill himself, because a lot of these kids kill themselves.
Right.
And you're green lighting this?
Yeah, punch that bitch.
Wow. This has made our city look very bad. Do you have that Facebook picture, Buki?
Oh, he's punching me.
Here's
God
my next
damn
punch.
And I love how he sent it on the side, Jose.
Put this back up here. You got this, Jose?
Yes, I do.
Hurry up, God damn it. No, there we go. So Rudy J.
Oh my God.
Posted a picture of, look at that, early 70s Roger Staubach there.
That's 80s. Got to be. No, it's got to be 70s.
Now, Roger retired in 82.
Okay.
81. Next time y'all want to talk about these kids and their parents.
They're painted.
Their painted nails and short shorts. I want you to remember this picture of Roger Staubach. And I saw that. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. This is Roger Staubach.
Look at that.
Punch Mike, Rudy for throwing Roger Staubach under the bus.
Look, okay. Hear me out, Mike. Hear me out. I'm
going to hear you out.
This was fashion forward at this time, right? Okay, I get that, right?
Look at those socks.
This is a halter top. Jane Fonda shorts.
Not a halter top. It's a sweatshirt.
And Richard Simmons socks, okay? Now, I don't want you to think about Roger being fly. That's a cool motherfucker. And I normally say mother father, but this is Roger Staubach. Roger Staubach is a cool motherfucker, right? But I want you to put yourself. What do you think his dad and his grandpa said when he walked out the house like that? You got to put yourself, because when we're talking about the kids, we're like, yo, why Caleb Williams got his fucking nails painted? What the fuck is he doing?
His dad definitely called him a hard F.
Yeah,
no. His dad thought his son was a bad mother janitor.
With that on?
Yes. Yeah.
Hey, son, I love you, but what are you wearing?
That's what all ball players wore in the 70s.
But what did their parents and grandparents think?
That's a good question.
That's
Actually,
where I'm coming at.
I don't know.
Dude, that's Roger Staubach in a halter top.
Look at how short those
and
shorts
Daisy
are.
Dukes, bro.
The end of those shorts are level with the tip of his penis.
Dog, it was
those socks go to the calf.
This might be your Halloween costume this year, Mike. I could see.
Oh my God, yes! Send that to me as a reminder. I'm dressing up like early '70s Roger Staubach training camp. So I just want to point out the differences. So
what's the difference?
Rudy and I have been distracted by crop top shirts all year long. So Rudy disturbed me the other day when he was at the Pearl with his daughter because Rudy discovered that there's something called the Pearl in our city and so he's gonna roll tape on. Look, I'm at this exotic location called the Pearl that no one's ever discovered. And so Rudy's doing it's beautiful. He's like talking about the Pearl, and I guess often like in the peripheral that you can't see the guy on camera. A guy walks by in a halter top or a crop top. Rudy's like, oh my God, he's wearing a crop top.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are you talking about? Until I went to SneakerCon in Houston this year.
Okay.
Half the kids,
dudes
in their 20s and teenagers had these like weird looking cut T-shirts on.
Yeah, stomach out.
You didn't like
kind of. You can see it a little bit at the bottom.
It's borderline. The shirt's like
it wasn't that what Roger had on.
The shirt is all the way up to like the belt line, and it fits real wide. What Roger's wearing in that picture that's practice gear during training camp on the field. Roger did not wear that to HEB.
No,
you didn't see Roger rolling around like that at the movie theater. You know.
No,
I needed to defend Roger Staubach.
Why you got to defend Roger? I love Roger Dodger.
Look.
That's Captain America.
Thank you. And I met him once, and
you met Roger?
Yeah.
Where at?
I'll never at a TCU game.
I'm gonna send Jose
never forget.
Oh, at a TCU game?
Yeah, they were playing Navy, and I was there in the press box, and it didn't even occur to me that Roger might go to the game.
Okay.
So I walk in, I sit down, and I look. I had my assigned seat in the press box at TCU. And I noticed 3 seats over, it said Roger Staubach, special guest. I'm like, are you fucking kidding? Because this was early. Like, he wasn't there. And then I get up and I go get something to eat. And as I come back to sit down, there he is sitting there. Oh,
did you piss yourself?
My God. Look, I've interviewed Manu Ginobili, Tim Duncan,
all of them,
Shaq,
Kobe, all of them.
I just don't get in awe of people very often. Oh my God!
Look at that.
So here's what I do. Oh, there's Apollo Creed. See, but he's training on the beach.
But
that's how we roll.
But I just want.
Okay,
but
you
again,
and I Halloween this year. Come on.
I'm talking about what
Apollo looks great there.
As parents,
yeah.
We look at our kids like we're crazy.
Yeah.
What is Apollo Creed's dad saying when he sees his son running on the beach like this?
My son's a stud. This is what studs wore in the 70s.
This is the 80s. This is Rocky 3.
Yeah, that's like 84,
so this is the 80s.
85.
Yeah, this is Rocky.
Yeah,
this is when he was training Rocky. There is no tomorrow. Damn it, Rock.
This is right before Apollo's death. This.
Well, this is part 3. Part 4, he died.
Oh, okay. Spoiler alert: he dies in 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this is him getting ready to fight Mr. T.
Yes. They're training on the beach, and at the end, Rocky beats him in a race. Sure.
Yeah, that's how elite ball players dressed in those days.
Dude,
It's a different time.
I would love to
look at.
I would love to be in shape enough to have the option.
Right. Let me see Roger's 6-pack. It was so good.
Roger looked great.
Yeah, Roger looks. He looks like Arch in that picture. Look
he
at
does.
that.
But see, dude, like, imagine
That's
if you
like 30-year-old.
If Jose rolled in here like that, you're gonna destroy him.
Of course, because he's not on a practice field getting ready to quarterback the Dallas Cowboys.
But I'm getting mentally ready. I took my reps before the show, and
look at those legs on Staubach.
Now I might have.
He is Captain America.
I'm not gay, but
no, he's Captain America.
And go back to Apollo.
So you would let Roger run your
dude?
cheeks?
I'm both those guys. Those are two attractive men right there, sir.
Dude.
I can say that as a heterosexual.
Welcome, Mike.
Apollo was a bad motherfucker.
Did you just say welcome?
Yeah, welcome.
I'm not bisexual, but those are handsome men right there. Very handsome men.
He said, "Get your hand on my face, punk."
Those are two of the Those are two of the sexiest men alive here in their time.
Oh, Apollo, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But Mr. T, Clubber Lang was a bad mother-father, too.
He was just all bulk. I like this real cut swimmer's football tone here.
Yeah, man.
Mr. T was just all bulk.
No, Apollo's pretty sexy right there.
Look at that. Come on. If your wife left you for him, you'd be like, well,
I'll get it.
Y'all be good.
I understand it.
Y'all be cool.
And look how perfect the fro is. And then by this time, the full fro was out of style. Mm-hmm. So he had the mini fro. Keep in mind, he was Action Jackson.
That's badass.
And you know what's crazy? Do you remember him more for Happy Gilmore or for Apollo Creed?
Apollo. I'm 50.
But
he was great. He was great in Happy Gilmore. I'm not going to remember that great man with a wooden fucking hand doing bits at 70 years old. He's Apollo Creed.
Yeah, rest
forever.
In peace, Carl
Rest
Weathers.
in peace, the great Carl Weathers. Golly. All right. Earlier this week. Oh, my bad. I got to get the Orlando spot in. Thank you, Orlando Kill, for bringing us Punch every day. Punch Terrace Mom.
And punch me for
sure.
making fun of Captain America.
Be careful. Rudy just loves. He knows what's going to trigger me too.
Yeah, I do.
And I hate that I let you do it. I couldn't even. I almost thought, no, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to let this go. I couldn't do it. I don't have the mental fortitude, I guess.
Now with Roger.
Thank you to Orlando Kill. Mr. Kill, the official family lawyer of In the Building. If your old lady leaves you for a giant black man,
wow,
and you've had enough and you can't take it anymore, sue her in court with Orlando. Or conversely, maybe your old lady runs off with Arch Manning. That'd be great. Wouldn't that be great for the season storylines if Arch Manning
At least I won't have to pay.
Yeah, I know. Whatever the case may be, if you get dumped, even if you understand it, you still need defense. You still need representation. That's what Orlando Kill comes in. He's our family man when you need an attorney. 210-775-4995, or you can email him directly, orlandokilllaw@gmail.com. Okay. We had Jeff Traylor on this week.
Okay.
And it wound up getting kiboshed because Buki couldn't figure out the audio.
Yeah, right? I was just a big dumb bitch. I had it muted too.
And so what we did yesterday was we apologized. UTSA was not thrilled because they were they like to have Jeff on from time to time. You know, it's based around NIL portal.
Yeah.
You know, he just got inducted into the Texas High School Hall of Fame, all this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I feel bad that it was a failed. So we had to come back in here yesterday. Or do you have it?
Yes. They almost rescinded my whatever the fuck it's called.
And the people are going to be able to hear it.
Yeah. I have it unmuted this time.
All right. Rudy he doesn't live close to the station. I do, so I can hop in the car and come over here at a moment's notice, blah, blah, blah. I needed to make good with Jeff, so... This is me and Jeff Traylor yesterday talking about him getting inducted into the Texas High School Hall of Fame In the Building. Could not do it live, which is okay. We'll accommodate guys like him, especially Hall of Famers. It is newly inducted Texas High School Football Hall of Famer. It's the great Jeff Traylor. What's up, Jeff?
Well, Mike, it's been a good weekend. Hope y'all are doing good. Miss you on the radio.
Oh, geez, dude, we're on YouTube. We're all over the place now, and we'd like to have you on this thing all the time.
Well, you just call my guy. He'll get me on whenever you want. You know I prefer being on with you and Rudy all day long. No, I had a good weekend up there. I went up there to Waco, the asshole of Texas. I can say asshole on YouTube, right? That's good. No, we're having a good time. I sat there with Patrick Mahomes. The guy, I tried to recruit him at Texas when I was working for Charlie Strong, but he decided he wanted to go out there and mess around with them wild-ass women in West Texas. Can't blame him, no. Them girls are wild. They lose their virginity to mechanical balls, yardsticks, and bushes and stuff before they even start dating in high school.
Well, that was kind of uncalled for, Jeff, but all right, nonetheless, you are a Hall of Famer, so I'm sure you're pretty happy about that and being a part of that whole thing.
I'm just happy to be in the Hall of Fame, man. I'm still kicking ass. I make $3 million a year at a small school. I'm hotter than fish grease. I'm just happy to be still a coach at UTSA. I just wish we could spend a little more money, but I'm okay. If I could have got Patrick Mahomes to send me some NIL money, hell, we may be in the Big 12 by now. I asked him after it was over if he could loan me some money so I can pay people. He told me no, straight up, because he'd rather see Tech win. So we're stuck down here in San Antonio trying to get 15,000 people to show up to a stadium that seats 69,000.
Well, I always said you needed an outdoor ballpark, but we'll get there when we get there. But nonetheless, it's great to have you here on our YouTube show and not on these dumbass radio shows in town.
I miss doing my weekly radio hit with y'all. All these other shows on radio in San Antonio are about as interested in them as picking and eating the booger. Now, I'd rather get raped by my cousin than go on these radio shows here in San Antonio. I want to be on with y'all every week. Shit, I'd rather walk through a briar patch barefoot and ass up than have to listen to them. Appreciate y'all. Hey, tell Rudy I said hello. Sorry I missed him. All right, God bless him. Birds up, baby.
All right, I think that we may have been had. Now that I go back and rewatch the interview that we did, I don't know that was actually the Jeff Traylor.
I think that was Mike Traylor.
I think that we may have gotten had again. Damn it! I hate when I can't stand that. You saw me interview the guy. I thought it was legit.
That might have been Luke Kang Traylor.
All right, that might not have been the actual Jeff Traylor.
That might have been Luke Kang Traylor. He looked a little Asian. Sure.
Yeah, I don't know where you got that picture either, man. That was him 50 years ago. So there it is. Congratulations to Jeff.
You got duped.
I did. See, I feel stupid now. Well,
sorry, Mike. I'm supposed to be a good producer.
It's okay. It's Pabuki's fault. He lied to me. He had a setup, clearly, I think. I don't know that was actually Jeff, but to the real Jeff, congratulations on getting inducted into the Texas High School Hall of Fame. And who knew that Patrick Mahomes knew Frank Harris and knew about UTSA? He says he pays attention to our games and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, talked about how a badass Traylor was at Gilmer, and they talked about East Texas football in days.
He don't know all that. Somebody briefed him.
Well, you know what, though? This goes back to the beginning of the show. At least Patrick came off as giving a shit and had some knowledge, unlike that news anchor at WOAI who didn't know who the hell I was yesterday. Like how I pulled that all together full circle. Yeah, so congrats to the great Jeff Traylor. Right. It is in the building, presented in part by Slackers Bar and Grill. They got 5 locations all over the city. I was at 281 at Thousand Oaks a couple of days ago. We need to get back out to Slackers. I get itchy when you and I don't do stuff out there.
Yeah, I got some things planned.
Okay. Let me know.
We're trying to get past the barbecue.
I get it. Yeah.
Once we get past the barbecue, and then we'll get rolling.
Yeah,
I got some
barbecue week.
Yeah, I got some things planned for Slackers.
Thank you very much. Yeah. You got 281 in Thousand Oaks, the Med Center location on Fredericksburg Road. You've got the one on Nacogdoches. You've got the one behind North Star Mall in Rector, and you got the one near downtown on St. Mary's. It is the official sports bar Slackers. All right, what's in today? What's on the run sheet next? Bouquets, bets.
Oh, boy.
Do you how many you got for us today?
Yeah.
2 or 3?
No, I only need 1.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
Just 1?
Yeah, there's like 5 games on today, actually. It's a very light sports day.
Okay, well, give it to me. Come on now.
Sure.
Give it to me, Bookie.
Shout out to Bouquets Bets. And let me give you some.
Give it to me,
Bookie. One day, maybe you'll produce the segment next week.
I got the music, Jose. Give it to me, Bookie.
Wow.
Give it to me, Bookie.
I got you. Thank you. Beautiful. So making this short and sweet, we're going to Los Angeles again.
You can't keep picking the Dodgers, dog, and we're going to kill this bit.
He picked them to lose last week.
That's true.
And we won.
Give it to me, Bookie.
We're going to Dodgers A's, and we're not betting against the Dodgers this time. We're taking the total in the game here.
What's the total?
Everyone is betting the under in this game, and the books are making it more appealing to bet the under, meaning that they want the over to win here tonight. So we're betting the over 10. For 10 runs.
10 runs.
Against who?
Yes, again, in the Dodgers-A's game. So over 10 runs total by both teams combined. Minus 105 there. Bet 105 to win 100 for you there.
Okay.
So then you got the Dodgers winning 11-0.
No, I think this is going to be a hard-fought game. It'll be a 7-5 Dodgers.
Okay. So take the over on 10 runs in the game.
Total.
Now, did extra innings count?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, so extra innings are great. That's we root for extra innings where we bet overs because the guy starts on second. We feel good about ourselves.
Okay. What would you do if you don't win? This is your guaranteed lock of the week. So if you don't get this, you owe our people something.
I will dress up like Troy Aikman. Who was the guy again? The quarterback we just saw?
Roger Staubach.
You just trying to piss me off. You don't even have that kind of. Come up with something realistic.
Yeah, I've got that body.
All right, if you don't win tonight, you have to come in here with a half shirt on tomorrow.
Done.
Even if you pin it underneath.
Oh, no problem.
You need to come in here looking like Roger Staubach at training camp in the late 70s.
Sure, no problem.
Okay.
All right, done.
Staubach bit. I'm writing this down. We're not going to forget.
The Staubach.
Dodgers A's over.
Over 10.
Total. Okay.
All right, good. I might even if I give you a few bucks, can you bet it for me?
I could, but I'm down tremendously this week, so it would not be wise because I have to come back out of a hole. So no.
Wait, yeah, it's all one pot.
They pay one when you have an illegal bookie. You pay once a week.
Yes,
I'm asking you to put money down for me.
Yes, I know, but this bookie, I can't. I'm down tremendously this week.
You only have one bookie,
yes.
So he's not allowing them to bet until he gets out the hole.
Yeah, I'm digging myself out of the hole right now.
This is how you wind up face down, ass up in a river. You know that, don't you?
Well, if the people in the chat would have their way, they'd like that for me. So
let's get out of here.
All right, that's it. We're done. Thank you to Jose Bouquet. Go Dodgers and A's.
Is it Jimmy today?
Thank you to our people.
Jimmy the Bag's up next. All right,
sir. Jimmy the Bag is up next on Pub Sports Radio. Be looking for Baseline Bums.
Siberian got you.
Their shows.
Got a bet for you.
All right. Message me, James. Watch out for Baseline Bums on Love You Hard TV.
Yes.
Jimmy the Bag's up next on Pub Sports Radio. They always have classic movies on Anthem TV, and they have several local shows. They're building that thing, including us. We're on there all the time. We're done. See you boys back in here mañana. Later.